You are listening to Ron Van Dam, America's favorite grumpy old fart.
I'm fed up to here with your crap.
I'm not sure if he's talking to me or all of us. It's probably all of us. This is the Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Thank you.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey you. Welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. I'm the one in the middle. Good to see you. I can't see you, so that's not true. Let's spend some time together. You want to go fishing? You want to sit in front of a body of water and with a fishing pole and just sit there and wait for a fish to get caught on a hook and then go home? I know I'm supposed to eat fish at least once a week. That's what my doctor said. My doctor says a lot of things that I don't do, but that's one of the things she says, have fish frequently. And I wasn't brought up on fish. I was brought up on meat. So I can't really. And I'm not a fish person, so to speak. I don't like fishing for them. I don't like eating them. Unless I get in the mood every once in a while, like maybe I'll go to an aquarium and look at all the fish and then go home and say, I have a hankering for seafood, which is not good. I don't like fish that much. I don't. I like a good salmon now and then, but I have to be in the mood, a little foreplay first. I'm not into the fish thing, man, as good as it probably is for me. Carp, if you rearrange the letters, it's crap. See what I'm talking about? And you? How do you feel about this? What's your opinion on fish? The other thing that sucks about fish is you have to get up real early in the morning to do it. That's what some people do, They just grab your pole and just sit there. That sounded wrong as well. Well, welcome to the program. How are you? It's Friday, I believe. Am I right, guys? Is it Friday? No, it's January. I know that's Is it Friday in January? Yes. Yesterday was Thursday the 13th. Ooh, scary. Ooh. Don't walk under a cat on Thursday the 13th. What? Oh, it's Fridays. Oh, never mind. I just like monotonous, scary music, that's all. I like monotonous, scary music. I had trouble saying that. All right, yeah, this is a Friday show. This is going to hold you through the weekend. I don't do another one until Monday. So until then, this is going to have to do it for you if you have some type of an odd need to listen to me talk every day. I don't understand what's wrong with you. Seek the advice of professional help. Anyway, how are you? I have an interesting guest coming up toward the end of the program. That should keep you here, right? I do not eat tuna fish sandwiches anymore as much as I love them. I'll only have a tuna fish sandwich if I'm not going to be seeing anybody for about 5 hours after that. I can smell tuna fish on people. I can tell when you've had tuna fish. See, tuna fish is a fish that we all eat. That's a very common American thing, a tuna fish sandwich? Sure. And it's rather tasty and rather healthy for you if you extract the mercury somehow. Otherwise, it's a perfectly fine thing. Throw some celery, mayonnaise in there, a little onion salt, and you got yourself a nice little tuna fish sandwich. Problem is, you smell like you had it. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help. I can't change the world. All I can do is make you cautious about eating tuna fish. That's all I can do. That's all I was put on the planet to do. I don't know why I'm on the planet, to be honest with you. I think I just ended up here because my parents rolled over on each other at a point. Otherwise, I'm not sure about this. I'm not going to invent anything. I'm not going to make the world a better place. Because mankind destroys themselves anyway. And then there's ice ages and all those things. So, what am I supposed to do here? I have no idea. I certainly don't know what you're doing here. That's for damn sure. I've said so many times that if there is life in the universe somewhere in that vast openness of darkness, which is a pleasant thought. The vast openness of darkness. That sounds like a very, very bad DC Comics movie. If there is another alien civilization that visits our planet, I don't know why this is not a vacation spot. There must be other planets. If you can travel to any place you want in the universe and you're that highly advanced, why the hell would you come here? I mean, have you ever checked us out? Yeah, we're a beautiful planet, but look at the people on it. They don't appreciate how beautiful this planet is. They just don't. Because we're a bunch of morons. We are. Raise your hand. I mean, I'm not a moron and you're not a moron, but we're amongst a lot of them, and it only takes a few morons to make it all moron. Some people object to that word. They don't. Ron, don't say moron. Why? It's part of my name. My name is Ron. So if you want to hear more Ron, you listen to me on this platform or on this radio station. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what your point is. I think I talked about this a few months ago. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I have no recollection of anything. I don't know I don't know what I did yesterday. I know I woke up. I went to bed in between. Not too sure. I went to a choral concert back in November. It was the chorus, and it took place in a church. It was very, very good. I enjoyed it immensely, but I had to pee, and it's not that I have to pee when I go to a choral concert. It's that I have to pee frequently. Anyway, so I looked for the signs that said restrooms. I found them, and I went in there, and this is in a church, and churches are very different than other places, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful manner. It's just a case. It just happens to be. In a church, they are really into Jesus. Yeah, have you noticed? So, yeah, all over the place. There's little sayings on the walls and things, and they have little billboards and signage out in front of churches, and they say very, very religious, Jesus-y kind of witty stuff. Yeah. I get confused sometimes between Confucius and Jesus because they both said things that appear on billboards and on signs. They do. Anyway, so I go into the bathroom, of all places to have sayings in the bathroom. I'm at the bathroom, and I'm at the urinal. I'll explain what the urinal is later. I'm at the urinal, and I turn around, and on the wall is this gigantic picture frame, and inside is a saying that is Jesus religious related. And it says, and I quote, "Wash your hands and say a prayer. Jesus and germs are everywhere." I never laughed so hard in my life in a bathroom before. I thought it was so funny. This is framed, granted, and I immediately started laughing. And thank goodness there was nobody else in the bathroom with me, because you're not supposed to laugh at things like that. You're not supposed to find them humorous. You're supposed to find them deep and cathartic. No, it was humorous. I'll repeat for the hard of hearing. Wash your hands and say a prayer. Jesus and germs are everywhere. And I thought, we bother Jesus way too much here. We're always asking for things and praying, and what happens in what kind of thanks is that? Oh, please help me win the football game. Oh, please make them feel better. Oh, please help me pass the test. You're asking a lot. The phrase Jesus and germs are everywhere, first of all, to manipulate you to wash your hands, is why we're morons. If you have to be intimidated to wash your hands because both Jesus and germs are everywhere, then you're not getting the point of the whole thing. And to compare Jesus to germs, hey, Jesus is everywhere, so are germs. Oh, okay, that didn't sound good. That wasn't complimentary to anybody. Yeah, Jesus is everywhere, if that's what you believe. Germs are everywhere, too. Don't put them in the same sentence. Don't put them in the same sentence. It doesn't work for anybody. Am I supposed to be scared that germs are everywhere? Probably. Am I supposed to be scared that Jesus is everywhere? Probably not. A very strange phrase, and that's why I burst out laughing. And for the next, I'd say 7 hours, I was calling everybody that I knew. Actually, that probably would only take 7 minutes. And I told them what I saw on the bathroom wall. Usually it says something like Bob sucks dick or something like that, but it didn't say that. You wouldn't do that in the church bathroom. You'd put that in any other, you wouldn't do it in the church bathroom. My God, you wouldn't do it in a church bathroom. I did not know that that religion extended all the way into the bathroom. I did not know that, but I guess it does. Wash your hands, baby. Why should I do that? Because Jesus and germs are everywhere. Okay, I better wash immediately. Come on. Do we have to put phrases in the bathroom? Anyway, another funny thing that they put in the bathroom, a little signage in the bathroom. I love signage in the bathroom. Please don't flush paper towels down the toilet. There are people doing that. I don't know why you would do that. I guess if you had a real problem and the toilet paper wasn't working out, you need something of a higher grade, you go the paper towel route. You don't want to put that in the garbage pail. You want to flush that. I guess it's a problem. But please, don't do that. Don't do that. The other sign that I find quite humorous, they have a sign that says employees must wash their hands. And who is that sign for? Is that for the employee? Did they not mention that in the training session when you got hired in the restaurant? Am I supposed to wash my hands because I'm a waiter and I'm touching people's food? Should I wash my hands after I pee and wipe my ass? I don't know. Check out the signs in the bathroom. I don't know. If you have to tell somebody to wash their hands and they're serving food to the public, you shouldn't have that person working there. Now we have to remind them continually. Oh, these are the people that you hired to be wait staff, huh? People who have to be reminded continually to wash their hands after they take a shit. I don't understand that sign. Or is it for the patrons of the restaurant so that they feel secure? Customers don't have to wash their hands. It's not directed at you. It's directed at our employees. Obviously, our employees don't know what the hell they're doing. So you're displaying a sign that tells me how stupid your employees probably are. They must be constantly reminded every time they go to the bathroom to wash their hands. These are the people you're hiring. Don't put that sign in there. It's counterproductive for you. I hope all the employees can read English because otherwise they're not washing their hands, apparently. Oh, man. We are crazy people. I get confused going to the bathroom in very high-class places, by the way. I do. Men's room, ladies' room. Now there's another room for the transgender. They can go anywhere, by the way. And you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Go wherever you want. I don't care. The co-ed bathrooms would be fine, except men stand up at the toilet. That doesn't work for ladies. It wouldn't work for me if I sat down and take a thing and the guy had just done his things. Is this the kind of thing that you expected listening to this show, by the way? No, I don't do politics. I used to. I don't do it anymore. It's too depressing. I don't do politics. Yeah. It's all going to hell in a handbasket anyway. And I don't know what that phrase means, by the way. I don't know what a handbasket is and why be going to hell in one. I don't get that phrase either. Might as well put that in the bathroom, too. Hey, don't take offense to my religious humor segment there. You know, I apologize if that offended anybody. It's, you know, whatever gets you through the night.
Whatever gets you through the night. It's alright. It's alright.
Hi, this is Bobby Marone, former heavyweight contender. But I hung up my boxing gloves to open the area's new favorite restaurant.
Here we go. It's called...
It's Headshots. Jesus, give me a minute, would you?
Sorry.
Hey, do you love calamari? Then you need to come to Headshots this month for our Carnival of Calamari. That's right, we got tons of great recipes, all made with delicious chicken.
Calamari.
Calamari. You gotta try our famous 1-2 punch pasta loaded with shrimp.
Also says calamari.
Calamari. How about a nice beef lo mein piccata? And our spicy school bus fra diavolo?
How did that go?
Forget about it. You've never had calamari
Okay.
until you've had the Eiffel Tower at Headshots
I quit.
during our carnival of I Could Have Knocked Joe Frazier on his ass back in the day.
Oh my god.
Come in and ask for me, Bobby Calamari. Bobby Headshots. I'm the guy that owns the place.
Tyler Moffitt is here. He's a senior security analyst, and he works for many organizations, including Webroot, which happens to be my security advisor. Thank you. Okay.
Good.
Anyway. Man, I'll tell you something, Tyler. Every time I talk to you and your associates there, I've got 2 million questions, so I can't really get into all of them. All I can say is this is a time of year. I mean, the holidays are over, but I'm being bombarded by scams left and right, and they're so obvious.
Yeah, absolutely. And not all of them are obvious.
Well, some of them are.
That's good. That's good. You're able to tell the difference for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. You know what's happened, Tyler, and I need your advice here. I've become skeptical of everything now. If I get a Facebook friend request, I look them up first. I don't just accept it because it's somebody I know, and their Facebook page has basically nothing on it. And I'm saying to myself, this isn't them. Someone stole this thing. I mean, is that possible too?
Sure it is, and that's good. Honestly, when it comes to navigating on the internet, a healthy dose of suspicion is only going to help.
God, it's weird. And I'm getting surveys from CVS with to participate at the end. I could win a prize, and then they want my information to put me on the prize list so they can notify me. And I'm thinking, this doesn't, is this with CVS? I don't think so. But it's got the logo and the whole bit. It's just, it's getting out of hand.
It definitely has ramped up to insane levels.
Yeah.
I won't disagree.
How do companies keep up with something like this?
It's definitely a difficult one. It's a challenge because, like phishing in particular, as far as we're talking about scams and things like that, it just grows year over year. It's no end in sight, to be honest. But there is some key, I'd say, trends and tricks that criminals are using, especially with the most recent campaigns. There are, sort of standard templates. Now, of course, they are opportunists. They will use the pandemic and COVID, 19 guidelines or post-holiday warranty, but they're still tried and true ones that are, you've missed a package. Yeah. Click here to find out where it is, or you're being sued. Here's the subpoena information, right? And they're usually trying to lead you into a Word, a document, an attachment in the email that's most times a Word document, sometimes an Excel document, depending on who they're targeting. But the biggest takeaway or tip that, our listeners can have is that when you open these up, you're not infected until it asks you, would you like to enable content or enable macros? 100 times out of 100, if a listener sees this, do not click enable content, do not click enable macros. Then you will be allowing the malware on the computer, and most of the time it's going to be something really nasty like ransomware.
I would assume that most people, including myself, don't even know what you just said. I mean, I don't know what a macro is, or
right.
why wouldn't I accept content if I want to read it? So, wow.
That's why it's so effective, is most people don't know what that is, and they've come a really long way as far as convincing you inside the document and making it look official Microsoft Office that you need to click enable content, but that is the whole scam. When you do that, you're allowing a whole bunch of stuff to happen behind the scenes that allows the malware to sneak on.
And there's no way to catch these people, to stop them, to shut them down. They're untraceable. Is that the case or not?
It's an interesting question. So as far as stopping the attacks, absolutely you can. Using reputable security solutions, you can block these attacks as they come on or prevent the phishing pages from even showing up. But as far as the actual criminals, you're talking about getting them, justice. No, it's a difficult one because most of them come from countries like Russia or China. Specifically Russia. Let's talk about Russia. It is not illegal for your business or if your job is to attack people through like cyber attacks. That is a legitimate form of income in Russia as long as you're not targeting Russian citizens. Okay. So it's condoned. It's like a business model over there.
So opening up the email itself is not necessarily harmful, but clicking further than that onto attachments or onto links, that's the dangerous part,
right.
or is it bad enough just to even open the email?
So open the email, you're going to be okay.
All right.
If there are links to a web page to try and get you to, like, say, log in because they lie. This is a phishing email telling you there's been a suspicious login to your account. Please log in to verify. That's a scam. Yeah. That link right there would be phishing, and it would be taking your credentials. So, yes, it would be malicious there. But then also through the attachments. Now, if you download the attachments, you're okay there. There's nothing to worry about there, even if you open the attachment. It's when it asks you, it'll say very clear at the top. It'll say very clear at the top, in order to view this document, please enable content or enable macros. And most people just click it. They just click it, and that's what you want to avoid.
Okay. Is it the case that when you get surveys or opinion polls on the internet, everybody's like flattered, ooh, someone wants to know my opinion. Is that a bad thing? Because at the end, they tend to get a little bit personal. Yeah,
you want to definitely be careful about what information you're sharing. I mean, of course, there'll be tons of websites out there that will take your opinion, even if they're not malicious. They want your opinion because it'll help them form algorithms and how to sell more products, right? And so you're not obliged to answer any questions that you don't feel comfortable with, right? You can stop it at any point. And if anything, you want to be very skeptical, especially if they're promising or a reward for it. You know, like, granted, many surveys people take are for money, compensation, gift cards, things like that. You definitely want to be careful what information you are sharing.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that if you buy gift cards for certain things in order to get something, that the gift cards themselves, they're getting your information in order for you to get the card. It gets confusing, but I've heard of a scam like that too, where I don't know. Does Microsoft ever really make phone calls to people's houses and say, I mean, are they still doing that thing?
No, that's one of the most common scams we see, for sure. People, they call you up saying they're from Microsoft, and they saw something like your IP address is flashing red on our server, or something that makes no sense technologically wise, but who knows, the person they're calling wouldn't know the difference anyway, and so they fall for it, and they pay them usually $200 or more to remote on their computer, and then the person says they're going to take care of malware and speed it up. And usually all that person does is download some free software that costs nothing. And they're usually from India. That's where most of these scams come from, for sure. And they usually prey on the senior population that wouldn't know the difference, that they're being scammed as far as when it comes to computer stuff. It's definitely a problem, and it's only growing.
If someone's on their computer or their phone, usually this happens on a desktop, and all of a sudden you go into a certain site, and all of a sudden there's pop-up screens all over the place saying you're being invaded and you've got a virus and all this stuff. Is that a marketing scam thing, or is your computer really in danger?
So there's multiple ways that could happen. So one of the most common ways is you're navigated to a website that is going to simulate the pop-ups as if it's coming natively from the computer. And in those cases, you're fine. All you've got to do is just close the web page, close the browser, and you're done. You're okay. There are more uncommon ways where you're actually infected, and what they'll do is that actual malware on your machine will create pop-ups telling you that you're infected and that you've got to pay them to remove the malware or something like that. But for the most part, most of those encounters are going to be, modules built into a web page, and just closing the web page or closing the browser itself will take care of it, and you'll be okay.
All right. Bottom line is there's so many ways that you need to protect yourself. So, I mean, you just need to protect yourself. What do we do?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, I talked about phishing and how to avoid that themselves. One thing you can always do that's a lot easier is obviously installing reputable cybersecurity solutions like Webroot antivirus or Carbonite backup, right? You want to be able to stop these attacks that I talked about, even when people fail, because honestly, it's only natural for people to fail these tricks that criminals throw at you from time to time. So you want something there to be able to block those phishing pages from even showing up and allowing you to enter your information and give it away. You want something to quarantine those malicious files that try to sneak on your computer when you clicked enable content, if you did, right? Like ransomware, it'll quarantine it. And of course, you want something to protect your data from being stolen or encrypted and have a secure place for it on your computer and on the cloud, so that way you can restore it if anything were to happen. Even disaster and something, the fire happens or your computer just breaks down, to be able to still have that data is really important as well.
It's part of, if you go online, it's part of the deal. You must have some sort of security. As I said at the top of the interview, this isn't a commercial or anything. I've been using Webroot for years and years, never had a problem, always felt secure. So congrats on that end. And you can go to webroot.com actually and check them out there. Thank you so much for the information today, Tyler. That's nice. Thank you so much to my guest for being here today. And thank you to you for stopping by for this short period of time. I will be back again on Monday with a brand new show, if that interests you in any sense. Go have a tuna fish sandwich. Go on. Go enjoy. Take care. I wish you peace.